What's up, y'all?
It's Beyond 21.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
And I'm KarLee.
We've
Again.
got KarLee back with us today. This is our younger sister, for those of you that are just now tuning in and did not watch the episode with KarLee. Yeah, that's her. That's KarLee.
Don't you always love how she hangs on
She's
the
got
edge
the
of
cute
seat?
little dimples.
Look at her.
She's the little dimply.
Actually.
She's the little dimple girl of the group.
One singular.
One singular Well, you actually have two, but
Let's see it.
we won't mention where the other one is.
Back up a little.
Actually, she's got three.
What are you talking about?
Your little dimple in your butt, like you used to have when you were a baby.
A dimple.
Do you not remember her little dimple?
I have two dimples on the top of my back, like right before my butt.
Yeah, everybody has that though.
No,
I don't.
Everybody don't have it.
I don't.
I have
I
it.
know you do. I thought you just had one. You have two?
On my back.
Most of
not
the time,
my
people
butt.
do have two.
Yeah, I mean that's like.
If
a
it's
common
just
thing.
one, it's weird.
I don't have any.
Well, you're weird.
Why aren't you special?
Yep, I guess I am. Okay, we're going to get into some conspiracy theories today with KarLee. She is our little conspiracy theory girl. Like,
Guru.
she used to be watching those videos on YouTube and she'd come and tell us, so we just had to get y'all in on these.
And it would freak me out. KarLee would. I remember
I
one night. Do you
love
remember
it.
that night that I made you stay in my room until I went to sleep because it
Yes.
scared me so bad?
Now, she's got a couple that we told her she could not talk about on the podcast
They're
because
controversial.
they're very controversial and also they're very sensitive. Like, some of it doesn't need to be spoken upon.
Some of it I don't like to
Podcast.
listen to.
Yeah, so we had to get her to kind of tone it down just a little bit, but we've got some good ones. And I just want to preface this and say we do not necessarily believe these
I just think
conspiracy
it's
theories.
interesting
but
that
they
people
are
come
interesting.
up with these things.
Yeah. So what do you think, KarLee? Like, what do you believe? Do you believe these conspiracy theories that you're telling, or is there some
of them,
truth?
It's hard not to believe because like just
The evidence.
that and because just I mean, a lot of things nobody knows about, and then when it gets open to your eyes, you think, "Oh, I'm crazy to believe that." But like, are you?
But
though?
at the same time, it
are
makes
you though?
sense.
Like,
Mm.
come
We're
on,
gonna find out.
Open your mind up a little bit.
Do you want to kind of touch on like what topics you're talking about without getting into them right this second? Do you want to give us a little table of contents?
Dip
I'm
our
gonna-
toes in the water.
I'm gonna talk about something that happened to me this morning when I woke up, and then that's gonna kind of lead into like Michael Jackson and
Ooh.
Elvis Presley.
Oh yes, I love that one. Do you have the Avril Lavigne one?
I've
kind
just
of got
don't
it if
believe
you don't
that
have
one.
it. You
Like,
don't?
If I don't really like genuine kind of like believe it, I'm not gonna really.
Do you have some more in the back of your brain that you might could spill like a little bit of info on?
that you could dig up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of like.
Were you TikToking it up this morning?
No, I just from watching so many videos of like. I used to watch Shane Dawson a lot,
That's
and
what-
like
that's- yeah.
his ones are like so scary because
And they just his editing, it will freak you
yeah,
out.
that's what I'm talking about. But like I love that. Like I love being scared. The adrenaline from that is just so.
I
I'm an
like it.
adrenaline
She's an
junkie.
adrenaline
I,
junkie.
I like it when I'm watching it, but like after the fact, I want to forget about it
Callie's
because it
just a
freaks me
little-
out.
She's a scaredy cat.
I'm afraid something will come and get
Yeah.
me.
The only adrenaline I don't like is like roller coasters. I'm terrified of roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
That's what I
Hate roller
thrive
coasters.
for.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. We're about to get right into it. So if you don't like conspiracy theories and you don't want to hear it, then you may want to listen to this episode because we're about to get into it.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next.
Okay. So KarLee, get right into it. Tell us about your experience.
Okay, so I had to get up and go to work this morning. So this is like terrible timing. You know when you have those dreams like right before you wake up?
Yeah.
Well, I had like a crazy dream, and the thing is, it was like such a coincidence because Caitlin and Callie's been asking me like about the conspiracy podcast today.
I like the way you said
I
podcast.
guess. And so this morning I woke up and I had a dream that I literally exposed Michael Jackson from faking his death. And he found out.
Oh, he was
and
coming back to get you, didn't he?
Came back to get me. And the craziest thing is, if y'all have seen pictures of like when Michael Jackson had his disease and it fully covered his body, like after he bleached it, y'all know he had a disease, right? You know.
Vitiligo, I
That-
think is
yeah.
what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called. So that disease he had made him, turn white, and then he bleached the rest of his skin because it was like so splotchy or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, And then he done like plastic surgery. He
Right.
says he didn't do it, but
Your nose ain't just like
it
that.
don't do that. It's not this paper thin. whatever.
Well, I think he looked a whole lot better before the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it looked
Like,
better.
It just looked natural.
I think
and
it was very pretty. I mean,
Yeah.
unpopular opinion, but I
No,
think Michael
I
Jackson
totally
was
agree.
cute as a button.
But pictures of that, and I don't know if y'all can insert. That is
Here they
actually
are, right here.
terrifying to me. Like I am actually so
He looks
scared
like a
of that.
skeleton.
Are you talking about
When
how he looked
before
after?
he died, before he died,
Oh, how
when
his,
he was
he looked
white,
sucked
paper
his
thin
nose,
nose.
sucked in.
his eyes was like this or sunken in. That is actually so scary. If I look at that before I go to, or before I lay down, I will not go to sleep. That is terrifying.
Especially after the
Like,
dream you had.
I can't. No.
Rest in peace, Michael.
Anyways, but he found out that I literally exposed him, told everybody that he faked his death, whatever. Don't know why I was a snitch like that, but I was. Anyways. But I have lucid dreams too, so I kind of woke myself up. And then I was like so scared to go back to sleep. It was like 5:45. My alarm went off.
Can you
I was-
explain what lucid dreams are?
So
Because I'm so confused. I'm not understand. Is that when you get the sleep paralysis?
no, I mean it can be, but lucid dreaming is like when you control your own mind, and you have to do it for so long. Like
You have to practice it.
Like the
counting sheep.
journaling and stuff? Like you
I don't journal it. I don't journal it, but maybe KarLee does. But if you like, you know how people
She
say
just threw.
you-
Just pause it just a minute. She just threw major shade at you for journaling your life. She said maybe KarLee does. I caught that. You didn't catch it.
I didn't mean it
But-
like that.
I didn't.
That's what I have to say about that. She just flamed KarLee right
No,
here on the
I didn't
pod.
take it as she flamed me, but the look on my face after she said that, I thought, okay.
She thought bold of you to assume that, but straight up, yeah.
Probably has before. Am I wrong?
No.
Exactly.
Are you journaling your dreams?
No.
Oh,
I have before, just especially when I was going to the sleep doctor, but you can control your dreams. Like that's what lucid dreaming is. You have to practice.
Do
it,
you?
though. I used to, and then
I still do.
I don't play with
can
that kind of
control-
stuff.
I can still.
It's not anything bad. It's just the
It
fact
scares
if you
me.
have a bad dream, you can wake yourself up just like I
or
did
you
this
know that it's
morning.
not real.
Well, I wake myself up and I know it's not
tell
real, but I didn't know that
myself
was lucid
when I'm in my
dreaming.
dream, I'm like, this isn't real. Calm down. You're okay.
That's what I do.
Just keep sleeping.
And then you
Here's-
fight off those goblins.
Here's the thing too, you can fight, but like everybody fights in their dreams. Like if something's going on, like you try to take a swing at something or you try to run away and you just can't do it good.
Or you feel
when
like
you-
it's not real to do it.
Yeah, when you lucid dream and you get really good at controlling it, you can hit, you can run, you can escape whatever kind of bad situation you're in, or you can just start controlling it. Like a lot of times, for whatever reason, I like to fly in my dreams a lot, and so like if there's something bad going on, I'm like, man, I could just fly right now. I could get out, and then
Yeah.
I fly away.
Let me
Or
just
like if you're, when you have really good dreams, like, you're getting married or you're having kids, you can make yourself stay in it longer.
Yeah, or you can
And
control the things
what's
that
going
happen.
on, what conversations you have, who's there.
Yep.
You make somebody appear.
Yeah, you can be like, okay, I don't want them there.
what's up, Mama?
And they're
Whoop.
gone.
Yeah.
Like but you have to practice it.
Yeah.
Like you have to
Like
count.
counting sheep or counting on your fingers. before
Counting
you go
on
to
your
sleep.
fingers several times, like at least. But it's good to do it throughout the day too. Like if
Yeah.
you count on your hands 10 times a day, do it like clockwork. You count. You have to. You can't just go 1, 2, 3. You have to look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's
You do that.
basically, sorry, I didn't mean to
No, you're
cut you
good.
off. It's basically controlling your subconscious state.
Yes,
That's
And-
what your dreams like. That's what it is.
But like when you do that exercise throughout the day, you get better at knowing. Like I guess like I don't know.
Is that
how to
kinda like
describe it,
ground
but-
you while you're in
Mechanical
the dream?
memory. Yes.
But see, that's another thing too. Is it's not good to lucid dream. You shouldn't do that because you're not resting when you're lucid dreaming. So that's
Yeah, because your mind's not cut off; it's still running.
and
like,
when I got really really big into doing that, because like I would have such awful dreams or like whatever that I would lucid dream so that I could control what happened. But once I started doing it, that's when I started having those sleep paralysis dreams.
See,
so
I
you were doing it to keep from having bad dreams.
And then it caused me
You were doing it for fun.
yeah.
realistic like
But I think that's another thing
dream.
with like, and I just realized this, but I think it's because she was so scared of having a bad dream. That's why she had sleep paralysis. Because that's supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
I've only had that once.
I've had it twice.
I've only had that once, and like my whole body was just like stuck.
Dude.
And I saw something, and then I snapped out of
I
it.
had that. Okay, the first time I had sleep paralysis was right after I had Halen. I told you this the other day, did I not? Okay. I just had Halen. It had been like a week or two. And I was laying in the bed, and I thought I was awake because I was looking in the corner of the room. Now, I didn't see anything standing in the corner of the room like maybe y'all have. But, like, do you know that song, Call Me the Breeze by Leonard Skinner? Call me the breeze.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how the guitar is like just playing
That
and
just
playing?
gave me chills. I do not like that whatsoever.
Okay,
That
it gave
just
me you like that
freaked me
adrenaline.
out.
Okay. I thought I heard that song. You know how many guitars they have in the
that makes
band?
me
They have
wanna throw
three guitars in the band, right?
My leg. It's
All
like,
three guitars. You know how Leonard Skinner has just got that real like they just be hitting all kinds of just strange picking in their songs. Okay. I heard every single strum of the guitars. Every bit of, it was like it was playing in an earbud in my brain. And like I was like, oh, why is my phone, like in my mind, I'm like, why is my phone playing music in the middle of the night? I'm going to wake the baby up. And then I heard my heart like racing. And I thought, this is what it feels like when you're about to die. And like I quite literally thought I was dying right there. And then yeah. But it was like really, really fast. And it was so loud. It took over the song. Like it was, yeah. I wish we could speed that up. But yeah, I did that. And then like I was trying to wake up and I remember I was like shaking my head and I couldn't wake up. And then after that, like I finally woke myself up and it was dead silent.
and that's so scary.
And it was so freaking creepy because I was like, and like that song since then has not shuffled in on my playlist ever. Never. Like I've got that song on my rock playlist, and some songs will hit like 3 or 4 times a day, but that song has never shuffled in my playlist since then. And then the other night, I'm trying to think what happened the other night. Blake had I thought I was awake, and Blake had turned around and he was like, "There's a ghost." And maybe this one was just a nightmare, but I couldn't wake myself up. Like I was trying to scream, and I thought I was screaming his name, but I wasn't. When I woke up, dead silent. Freaking creeped me out.
I think that's more scary when you're not alone. Like, I would have literally crawled under the covers and hid because that's what I did this morning. Like, it was 5:45.
You mean when you are alone?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
You
like,
said
when
you think it's
but the
scarier
fact-
when you
I
are
think
alone?
It's scarier, no, when you know that Blake is beside you, and it's like, how did he not experience that, and I just did.
I don't think that's
And I
scary.
literally thought I was screaming. Like when I woke up, he was just laying there asleep. Like he didn't even hear me, and I was like, I swear I heard myself screaming just now.
The scariest part to me, because like y'all know I've had several of those dreams. Just quick rundown. The first time I ever had one, and this is the scariest one I've had.
About the witch.
No,
I will flame you for that.
No.
I will flame you.
I gotta hear the one
and
about the witch.
skeleton and the skeleton.
I gotta
Anyway.
hear those here in a
Pins and
minute.
needles, bro.
So I don't know why why do you still remember those dreams? Anyway, no, my sleep paralysis type dreams.
She's looking at me some type of way.
And so the first one I ever had was that same effect. Like I thought I was awake, thought I was in my room. Like I had just kind of woke up. Like I can see the shadows that I normally see when the lights are off. Like not scary, but just, the things that are in there that I can see. It was so detailed. That's why I thought it was so real. I could see the light from the living room coming through the cracks of the door. I hear the background noise of the TV in the living room.
That is creepy.
I hear mom and daddy talking in the background. And all of a sudden I see this like shadowy figure. And then it's like static and whispers play into my ears.
What are the whispers saying?
They're not saying anything.
going
It's like that mixed with white noise. Like, you see this? Mixed with white noise.
That grosses
And
me
it's
out.
just so unbearably loud. And
That's how loud the heartbeat was. It was loud.
and it's just getting closer. And I'm sitting there yelling at the top of my lungs. But the only sound that comes out is, like, I literally can't yell. And I wake up. There's no light from the living
Do
room.
you realize how tense you are right now?
Yeah, I know it freaks
Like,
me
I
out.
just looked at your foot and you're like,
It freaks
stiff.
me out. It freaks me out. But like when I woke up, there was no living room TV on, no living room light on. I look at my clock, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and like none of that ever happened. And like I've had several since then, but
scariest time to wake up is like 3 o'clock.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, but that is so scary.
That's the devil's hour.
Yeah. Because it's mocking.
What?
You ever heard of that? Like, 3
Don't-
o'clock, like, that's the devil's hour because it mocks God.
Why 3?
I don't know. I've heard of that.
Why not 6?
Because it's already halfway morning then. And it's already probably daylight. I think it mocks God because it's like half of 6. No. 3:33 is what mocks God. Because it's like triple it or something. Something like that. I don't know.
That just grosses me
Yeah,
out.
I know.
That just disgusted me.
I was going to say something about another dream. Oh,
The one with the witch and the skeleton.
no, I'm not going to.
We're not
You
going
can
to
say that
flame.
off.
I'm not going to flame her today, but I will another day.
She'll come back to it. We'll have a roast session on KarLee.
I was going to say something about, like, don't even get me started about how, like, weird dreaming even is. How do you even do, like, how do you do that? And another thing that gets me is deja vu.
Oh, that one really
is
creeps
the
me
minute
out.
I catch myself and I'm like, I've been here before. Like, and then it gets me on this topic. And I know this is not real, but it makes you think, like, what the crap? But I've heard, like, have you ever thought about how, like, what if this is all, like, just
Simulation.
just a dream,
Oh,
and you haven't woke up yet?
Have you seen that movie Don't Worry, Darling?
Yes, that's
I haven't
yes.
seen it. I haven't
That
seen
gave
it.
me chills again.
Is that scary? Is it scary?
Oh,
Is it scary?
Like,
Yes,
what
it's
if
scary.
all of
okay.
like scary?
this
like
right now?
Like
It's
Michael
not.
Miles?
It's not a scary movie.
Did you hear what
No.
I just said? I said Michael Miles because I couldn't-
Marker. Hello.
You say it right.
Michael Myers.
Thank you.
Not to be confused with Mike Myers that plays Shrek. Some people. No, but okay. So Don't Worry, Darling is about. It's set in the 50s. There's these. Now listen, this is a new movie. It's got Harry Styles in it and Olivia Wilde. They are perfect in it. They were really good.
Olivia Wilde.
You don't know her. You'll know her if you've
You
seen her.
think
She's
you know?
very
you
very
think
pretty.
we're talking about Olivia Holt from Disney Channel? We ain't, babe. We ain't talking about Olivia Holt.
So listen,
ain't,
Callie.
babe.
So listen, Callie. So
Okay.
the movie's set in the 50s, and you don't figure this out till the end. It's like every single day the husbands leave.
To go
They
to work.
all pull out of their garages in their little 57 Bel Airs, different color houses. The houses look identical. They're all in a cul-de-sac, and they all back out at the same time, and they all leave, and they're gone all day long, and you never know where they're going. They're just going somewhere.
Hang on.
Okay.
You know, like
We
in
have
the-
15 minutes on the thing, so we'll need to be kind of.
Also,
We'll
when
get
you
back
know
to
the
it.
conspiracy.
You know, like when we used to play.
This is
on
kind of a
the-
conspiracy.
The Lego game,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have
Why did I already think the
I
Lego
don't
game
know.
before you said
Indiana
that?
Jones
Indiana Jones. You know how those houses were set up when, like, the
in
refrigerator.
the Nuke Town. That was the Nuke Town with the fake people.
It's in the Don't Worry, Darling. Is set in like a desert.
Yeah, it's in a desert, and it's kind of like
And it's like a new what's it called?
But the people that are in it, the women and the children, they don't know it's a simulation.
One of them does.
Olivia Wilde does after she figures it out.
No. The other wife does because she
The wife
chose
that-
to be there.
You're right.
So are the men?
The
real?
men leave. They're real. They're in real life. They leave and they go out into the real world in present day America, and they have to work to pay for that simulation
And
Why
to
do
take
they do
care
that?
of
and
their
to take care of their
wives
their
while they're
wives.
laying in a bed. Their eyes are open like this,
And they've got a screen
they've
in
got a
front of them,
screen in
and they're
front of 'em.
seeing. They
like
women?
VR.
The women are in real life. They're laying in the bed, but what they see with their eyes is that simulation.
Oh,
It's the one when we were at the movie
that
theater.
just gave
It's
me
like VR.
Oh my gosh, I watched it like a week before I had Halen, and when I tell you, I was so creeped out by that movie. It creeped me out. like bad. It's a great movie, but
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on until the very end. There's little weird
Dang
things.
it, you already ruined it.
No, there's little
No, you
weird
can still
things
watch
that
it,
are
you won't.
happening in it. Like people are like dying, and only one person, the one girl's seen it, and like she confronts Harry Styles about it,
And they make her feel crazy.
and they make her feel crazy, and they keep trying to lock her up.
And I feel like that's another thing that comes back to my conspiracies about when I said that you think that you're crazy for thinking something because
Because the world doesn't want you to know. I think there's a lot of
GOV thinks, or the whole world makes you
GOV.
think,
don't ask. You know what it
makes
is.
you think and believe all these things. And what if they're not true?
Oh,
We can't say that on the
I
podcast.
thought that stood for something.
I'm sorry. I thought that would just be the smarter way to do it.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. But yeah,
You like gave me the death stare. You're like, the what? I was like, GOV. Like, my hand's shaking. I'm like, GOV. I didn't say it.
look, we're not trying not to get flagged by the elites here, by the GOV. But yeah, like I honestly think there's things out there that if we found out, it would absolutely ruin them.
I hope y'all like that.
You gotta see me on Carly.
We're gonna.
She goes,
Listen. We're about to get into it. We're about to get into it right now
a
because now I want to get into it.
look, wait a
I
minute.
didn't want to, but now I want to get into
I
it.
know.
Wait.
Before we just
We have 18
shut this
minutes
off,
on
real
the
quick,
thing.
I know this is gonna take me like 2 seconds. When Carly said GOV and I had no clue what that meant, I felt like monkey in the middle because it went right to her. And
We
then
were.
she
I
passed
wasn't.
it
I was
back.
like, this is a blank.
Okay, let's take a timeout. We'll come right back to y'all in just a
That made
second.
me so- okay, so I want to like get into like, have y'all heard about like the whole underground tunnels thing?
No.
Like, so you know how there's some like, in obviously like Washington, whatever.
Yes.
Well, Callie, look up a picture of the underground tunnels map of America. So there's underground tunnels literally like everywhere.
Oh my God, there are some in Alabama.
Dude, there's one that's
There's one that's
so
like
close
near
to
us.
So close.
Where's the access point for those? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, I wonder if they're in caves.
That makes me think, you know how
Cave Spring?
Arizona and Utah and Nevada.
National parks.
I've
No,
heard
no,
a
no, no,
conspiracy
not
theory-
national parks. I feel like that's just too much. They would never do that. But they would
But
put
that
it
would be
places
literally-
that you would never expect. But Arizona, like it's basically
A desert.
desert. Who's going to go Area 51? Maybe that's where it's at. Maybe that's the entry point.
What do you
because
think's at Area 51? Oh, do you have that?
Very, very classified documents, like even about, I want to say presidents. Like there's just so much. I feel like there's tons of dirt there on
You don't think
literally
it's like-
everybody. I think.
Do you think
that-
there's aliens at
That's
Area
what
51?
I was thinking. That's
Did you
what I was
think
gonna
there
ask.
has been an alien there? At least one. Like being dissected and whatnot.
Do you think that they're
I feel
real?
Like to me coming out and saying that, I feel like a lot of people are like,
Well, I watched a documentary, and I'm not saying I believe in aliens, because I don't believe in aliens. I don't think there's aliens, but I really think it's strange how people lie, or they're made out like they're lying about stuff. I don't know if they've dreamed this kind of stuff up, or if their imaginations are wild, or if they're crazy. But like, I feel like it's just really weird
it is.
how people have seen stuff flying around in the sky. Like, yeah, it could be a plane, but like, why would they make it up?
Okay, I don't know where I was, but I have a picture on my phone, and I don't know, it's way back in my Google Photos because that's where I save them on. But do you remember when the like literally 8 dots were in the sky?
That was Elon Musk's Starlink.
Yeah, but like, do you not think that stuff's weird too?
I don't think Starlink's real because they're very like open about what it is.
Hagen
You mean
has their Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
They have Starlink.
yeah, it's just Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think
But-
it's weird though. I think it's just I mean, I think if anybody's like true to themselves and like isn't lying about stuff, I think Elon Musk is like
Yeah, he's
tell all.
very
Like
real.
I
I
think that
watched-
guy's like, I don't know. I don't have any weird feelings about him because I feel like
He's on
he's
Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, us would also listen to about conspiracies because he's like very neutral.
yeah, he is very neutral.
I like to
Joe
listen to
Rogan.
his voice.
I hope you see this, Joe Rogan. I want to meet you, dog.
Somebody told me we need to get him on here today.
Dude, he would
That would
flame
be-
us for days.
Why?
Joe
He's
would flame
so,
us. I
like,
don't know. I feel like he
intelligent.
would just.
I would just feel stupid around him. I would.
I definitely would.
But back to the alien thing. Like I kind of want to clarify this. I don't want the listeners to think that I think aliens are real because I don't. Because obviously, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in aliens because it doesn't say anything about them. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. Callie
Good job.
was making alien noises over there.
I think what's crazy to me is about the Skinwalker Ranch.
Ooh,
That'll
there's
freak
something
you out.
uneasy about that.
You stay the
How
night
do
in
you
my
explain
room.
that? Tell me.
You stay the night in my room.
I think it's really weird.
Because I was so afraid of that.
And let me say this. This has been happening just recently. Remember the Northern Lights?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they say about a geomagnetic storm. I understand those are like real things. But they were having testing to make Aurora Borealis type lights. 2 days. They started it 2 days before they said. They didn't tell anybody they were starting it, okay? So it was kind of hidden from the public that they were going to start testing. I feel like those maybe were fabricated. That's just my professional, not really professional, but like my personal opinion. But like, did you see that?
Mm-mm.
There was like a thing that they were, and you can look it up. It's common knowledge. I'll look it up right now. Like, it's, let's see here. May 8th
That's
through
what
the
I'm talking about,
10th.
though. Like, if they fabricate
Geo-
something that small that amazes everyone in that community, what else are they doing?
That's big.
What else are they doing? I don't know, to like cover up something else. It's crazy.
Well, I
There's
feel
just
like
been
that's-
so many public events that cover up so much stuff.
It's called
Are
the HAARP Research Facility. So,
And also another thing, how do they have? I don't know. That might be controversial. I might not say.
I was gonna ask.
they're
you,
saying on their website it's called High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. They had testing from May 8th to May 10th, and now all of a sudden they're coming out and saying that it was. Okay, somebody question said, "Is there any connection between the recent geomagnetic storm and the University of Alaska Fairbanks High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program?" No, the amazing aurora, the activity over the weekend seen across the globe was produced solely by a severe geomagnetic storm that was produced by our sun. So they're saying that no, they didn't do it, but like, how? I guess because I'm not a scientist and I don't know, but like, that's just kind of weird how it was all the way down here. And what color was it to you?
It was the. I mean,
Did you see any green?
I
Yeah.
saw green. I saw
Yeah.
green.
Okay, at my house, it was red.
well, it was mostly
Yeah,
red,
purple
but it
for everywhere,
shifts.
though.
I didn't see any green, any purple, any blue. It was just red and pink at my house.
Mine was all those colors.
Yeah, mine was.
Okay, see, I didn't see that. So
Well-
I just thought that was weird.
It's probably just your position too, because
Yeah,
like
and the
you were
trees
covered
Everyone has
up.
a different. Like we were in, like y'all know where Hagen's house is on the hill, and then
Y'all didn't have
down
trees
in, like, that
surrounding
valley, That's
either.
where we all stood, and there was green over here at Papa and Kiki's, and then it was like red, and then there was maybe some blue and purple and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
I feel like, I mean, you have your opinion about whether it's fabricated or not, but like, I don't know.
I don't really
think It
know.
was just something that was just, what do you call that?
Like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
when you see a shooting star or something. Like,
I love those.
I caught a
I've
shooting
never
star.
seen a shooting star.
I caught one on my picture when I was taking my picture of the Northern Lights or whatever. I caught a shooting star on my picture.
I'd never seen a shooting star until I started dating Hunter. That's the first time I ever, because he saw them all the time. Mm-hmm. And then I started seeing them.
I've
Does
seen
he
one.
find 4-leaf clovers?
Nope.
Oh, well,
I've seen one before.
Oh, no, he does. He does.
like you.
Yep.
We were talking about ghost stories when I
Don't even get me started
at
on
Stacy
that,
and Matt's house, and Tori was talking about her pawpaw because he has passed away, and she was telling me a specific story. I'm not going to tell it because that's her story to tell, but like right after she got done telling that story, a shooting star like blazed across the sky,
I think
and it made her cry. It was
that's like people
really
seeing red birds.
It was really strange. Redbirds, I see them all the time. So I know some people
What's
think
different for some people?
Hmm?
It's different for some people.
Some people never see redbirds, and then when they see a
I never see redbirds.
Dude,
ever.
I
There's
see
so
them
many-
rarely.
there's so many redbirds around my house because the lady feeds them. Miss Annette, she feeds the redbirds. So there's like 50 of them in her yard all the time. So like
She's like
that
the
thing
bird
about-
lady from.
she loves
Well.
she loves birds and stuff. But yeah,
Hang on, let me get back on.
yeah, get back on Michael.
No. I'm going back to Skinwalker Ranch.
Okay, yes, go to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to
So-
quit cutting her off because this is her podcast.
You know how basically I'm not gonna quote because I don't. I'm just not gonna quote it because I don't want to. I want it to be wrong, but there's demons walking on this earth.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, there is. So I believe that place is so there's so
Demonic.
much distress and
Demons.
so much demonic stuff taking place that it's literally the demons walking on earth. You hear about that thing at the Miami Mall in Miami?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
One thing I have over you.
good job. Gotta have a slap for that. But like,
That's like Callie's
I
dog
thought
treat.
about that, how it might have been like the demons walking the earth, because it does say that in the Bible close to, I'm pretty sure around Revelation, something like that.
Well, I think people can literally just be so far from God that they have just
See,
let
that's what I'm talking
demons
about.
come
too.
in their body and use their body. So I'm not opposed to saying there's people out there that literally have a demon in them that they're just walking around and that demon's like control.
Didn't we talk
I
to
hate to
Granddaddy
say
about that one day?
That's
though?
really strange because it's really outlandish when you hear all these people like have demons cast at them because you don't ever know if it's real or fake because it's so dramatic. But like I do feel like they can possess people
They can. All that.
because it.
What do they call who those two, that couple that's
I don't know the couple, but like
Annabelle and that kind of stuff?
Are you talking about like with dolls and stuff?
No, I'm just giving you.
You're talking about like
the
the
couple.
Conjuring and stuff.
Yes, the couple that like the Conjuring is supposedly like true. There was one of the movies where they came down because the husband had gotten possessed and he killed his boss at
I don't
work,
know.
and that was on a real trial. It was a real trial.
Well, see, with that type of stuff, like with the dolls and stuff like that.
Well, that has nothing to do with it all. That one doesn't.
Oh well,
Annabelle,
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
I don't know. Like it's hard to say because we were raised in a church where you don't talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
We were not raised in a church where they speak in tongues and they.
What is that even?
Well, I don't know.
I've witnessed that before.
Let me tell you something.
And it's actually
Is it
really
bad?
scared me.
It's not bad if you do it in the right way. Now, there's some people, if you don't do it in the right way, you can tell quickly that that's a demon.
Yeah,
or that person, that just gave me chills. Like, let me tell you, you need to. I don't like, I'm sorry, this may be really like controversial, but I don't want to hear somebody speaking in tongues.
I've heard it, and
Okay,
I've been
here's the
scared
thing.
immediately.
If there's no one there that can translate, I think that's what it is.
Something's wrong.
If there's not somebody there that's translating or that can translate what the person speaking in tongues says, what they're saying ain't from God.
So why do you say there's somebody there to translate? Like you can only speak in tongues if there's somebody to
Yes.
translate?
Yes.
So what does that mean? Like you're speaking in a different language?
You're speaking in a different language. You're speaking in a
Oh.
language
Like kind of like a
You
prayer.
can't even imitate it. You cannot
It
imitate
is something that comes straight from God. It does not come from a person. And if there is not somebody there,
So it's like an out loud prayer from God,
I don't know. I don't think it's a prayer.
but like
It's
a message. Then
Let me
It's
just
like when the Holy Ghost, like, you know, when you listen to gospel music and you're like worshiping and everything, and you get those chills,
yeah,
and like, I don't know, you cry.
yeah,
or
yeah.
It's like that, but it's more expressive.
Here
and
it
it's
is.
like,
according to 1 Corinthians 14, when speaking in tongues, 2 or 3 people should speak at most, one at a time, and someone should interpret. If there is no interpreter, the speaker should speak to themselves and God in the church. Wait. If there's no interpreter, the speaker should keep quiet. I'm sorry, that was AI that told me that.
These things.
If there's no interpreter, the speaker should keep quiet in the church and speak to himself and God only. 2 or 3 prophets should speak, and the others should weigh carefully what is said. So, like, if there ain't no interpreter,
it's not from God.
I don't think it's from God. That's what I'm interpreting from what the internet told me. But like I said, we were raised in a Southern Baptist church in the Bible Belt, so we don't have any kind of clue on how speaking in tongues works, or, we weren't raised around casting demons out of people. We don't know how that
Or like
works.
Catholicism.
That
rather
and
than,
different denominations do different things. Like, I know some of these non-denominational churches will like pray to have demons like cast out of people, and like they know when there's a demon in somebody. And that gets me back to what I was saying a while ago. I watched a guy on TikTok. He was in prison. And at the time, he was not a Christian, but he got saved. And this man, like, has got some discernment. Have you heard about what discernment is? Like, when you can tell.
Yes.
This dude right here went from bad, like, doing bad things, to he got saved in prison. And there was a guy in prison that was I told you that on the podcast. I'll tell you, there was a guy in prison with him that was a warlock, which is a male witch. And he was told never to go back to Chicago. Once he was gone from Chicago, somebody told him, do not go back to Chicago. And
The man that got saved, or
this is what the warlock was telling the man that got saved. They were cellmates. And he said that his friends drug him back, that were all part of this cult-like witch warlock thing. Drug him back to Chicago. And he went in there, and they had convinced him to do some things and say some stuff, and one of the witches in there turned to him and she said, you'll never go back. And like, right then and there, like, God turned his back on him. And because the guy that was a cellmate with him kept trying to deliver him from that. He kept trying to, help him. And he said he could not feel the presence of God because God was like done. And that is like terrifying.
Yeah.
That you can go that far. But like he had done some things that I don't want to mention. You can go back and listen to that episode with Abby.
No.
But not you. I'm talking about the people out there. But yeah, I think it was episode 7. You can go in and listen to that. But yeah, that's wild.
Okay,
Let's-
I guess
Let's take a pause. We'll start over. That way we can
Okay.
have a fresh start.
Yeah.
we'll start with Michael Jackson next.
Okay. So KarLee, get into Michael Jackson.
We're going to start fresh.
Okay, so
Let you talk.
if you've remembered my dream, if not, I guess
Go back and listen.
because we're trying to get the show on the road.
We kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I feel
Yeah,
like it was a good
I loved
one.
it. So basically, Caitlin sent me a few TikToks, and I'm not even gonna lie, I watched them when I got here, and I was in the bathroom. But to refresh my memory, it's easy to remember.
I figured you would have got on it and watched them
I was on
all
the
day.
lake.
Okay.
And I had chores to do.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So, one of them. Oh, this is about to make me so uncomfortable.
Because Michael chased you in your dream.
Not even that, but it's just like something is making me uncomfortable talking about Michael Jackson. Like, I am very uncomfortable right now. It's like scary.
You can skip it.
No, I'm going to talk about it. So, there is, how he had Neverland as his house, name. Well, a lot of people was talking about, and this theory I do not believe whatsoever, because I believe that things were done to those poor kids.
I don't think so.
I do believe so.
I don't think
but that might just be my
I don't think
terrifying,
he was doing that. I think he was protecting those children from the music industry.
messing it up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So basically, what was going on at the same time as all these allegations were coming out about Michael Jackson doing things to these kids was, can I mention this?
Go ahead.
Was Jeffrey Epstein's Island. So that deals with a ton of A-listers, literally everybody and their mama. And so that's what I was talking about earlier about things being covered up.
With the cheesecake.
So somebody taking the blame because the cheesecake doesn't want to admit, oh, we're in this too.
Right.
So we got to cover ourselves, save our butt, which I believe they do a ton.
Yeah.
It's a crazy amount, I believe, but that's just me. But so Michael Jackson took the blame for these A-listers because I didn't even
Because he wasn't hiding anything.
Yeah, and no,
I feel like he was like a scapegoat for them.
None of the accusations that people were saying ever were made out to be true.
None of the children ever said he did anything to them.
Yeah, that's right.
He's dead. Why would they not say anything?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing.
To get their, closure from it.
Yeah,
Or just to tell their side of the story.
Yeah. So.
And you see, these people didn't mind coming out on Dan Schneider. And what's his face? You know who I'm talking about? Drake Bell, all them. They didn't mind coming out and telling.
No, there was another Drake. What is the guy that played Josh?
Josh Peck.
Josh Peck and Drake Bell.
Drake Peck was his name. That was the other guy working along Dan Schneider that got called out.
No. His name wasn't Drake Peck. It was Brian Peck.
Brian Peck.
But it was Drake Bell that they were doing that to.
You're right.
But why would they come out and tell their thing and none of the other kids that
He's
apparently
still alive.
Michael Jackson.
Dan Schneider came out and said that he regretted some of the things that he's done.
Yeah, I bet he
He
does.
didn't fully say what he's done. But who's the girl that played the girl in
Zoe
She's
101?
the Man?
Amanda Bynes.
Supposedly he got her pregnant. And she was using a fake Twitter account because her parents had total you can't use your phone any way that you want to.
Censorship.
It's yes. Just like Britney Spears had it.
Oh.
They messed her up.
Did you see that? Okay, do you know when she came when her censorship thing was up and she came out and was on TikTok and stuff? That was not her. That was not Britney.
I don't even know what y'all are talking about. Y'all are freaking me out.
I want to throw up. Stop.
That wasn't her.
Can
Listen,
I put my feet under you?
they found her.
Yeah.
They found her somewhere in Hollywood. The real Britney.
Thanks.
She don't even look like the person that's been on TikTok dancing and stuff. Dude, it shook me.
My eyes are watering.
It shook me to my core.
Scary.
It scared me so bad. I thought they have just and the picture, she was wrapped up in a blanket, and I looked at her because you can look in somebody's eyes and tell if that's a real person or not. Kanye, they done swapped him. Do you see how much taller he is now? You seen that?
I don't know about Kanye.
I don't know,
He
dude.
could have got lifts.
I love Kanye because he is he's kind of
He's not
what's his
speaking
name?
out against them now.
What's his name?
He was speaking out, and he even said if he goes away for a long time and then comes back, that ain't
that's what you're
him.
talking about. Yeah. Kanye
Yeah.
is really down to earth about stuff like that.
But-
He will call people
But
out.
he left, KarLee, for a long time, and then he came back, and he don't even look the same anymore. Tell me what has happened. He don't speak out no more. Tell me what has happened.
Tell me why I somewhat believe that we have the utmost experience of technology that they can clone.
But,
Well,
but here's the thing.
you've seen those AI things, right? Like they look human.
But here's
Have
the
y'all
thing.
seen those?
Yeah, but here's another thing. There's people that look like all three of us somewhere out there.
Yeah,
There's-
doppelgangers.
Well, because let me tell you something. My friend Tori, we found a girl that looks identical to her.
Apparently, I have a
Good
twin.
One time,
Pass for her.
Grayson and Audrey were at a softball game, playing softball, and they thought that they saw me. Like, they were playing against somebody. I can't remember what team it was. But Grayson texted me. She's like, I swear, I just saw you.
I
Like,
saw
you were on
somebody
third
look
base.
just
I
like
just
you.
saw you running.
I saw somebody look just like you the other day.
So let me
Apparently,
ask.
I have somebody looks like me because the ladies at Arctic Snow, they
You better hope you don't ever run into her.
said my name.
You never want to meet your doppelganger.
Yeah, that's
Why?
never.
You'll die. One of y'all will die.
But
That's
listen,
what they say. I don't know. But,
listen,
that's
they-
in God's hands.
they said, I swear, you're her. I can't remember what her name is, but they were like, I swear you were her, and I was like, no, and
Not so freaky to hear.
and they were like, I've done that before, and they were like, she's here in Cherokee County, and she said every time you pull up, that's who I think you are, and I was like,
Do they think that it's me?
no, it ain't you. I said my sister, and she was like, no, it's not your sister.
They don't know that we're sisters.
Yes,
though.
they do. I asked her.
I don't
the other
ever
day.
go there, so they can't say that it's me because I don't.
No,
ever go
it's
there.
not you. Because when I pulled up one day, I said, she said your sister was just here, and I said, I know. She told me.
Oh, okay. So they do know me.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. Sorry, I thought I just saw something in the window. Ooh, that was scary.
I know you about to have to close that
Alright,
thing.
my knees hurt.
It's okay. These are warm now.
So, what I was saying about Kanye and all these people that's getting on Kanye's not on it, but anyways, so
Censorships.
yes, but I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Cat Williams. He's a comedian.
Oh gosh, dude,
He called
was cooking people.
everyone out.
So did
Diddy got
Jaguar
called
Wright.
out for bribing people and giving them a ton of money just to get the one up on getting acting roles
Tupac
to do stuff
with
with them.
apparently he was affiliated with that death. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Oh, Diddy was affiliated with Tupac?
Apparently, allegedly.
Yeah, because they
Orlando
kill off the people that are down to earth. And
Do you think they actually kill him, or do you think they?
I totally
hide
believe
'em?
that.
Do you
think
think
they
they
do.
kill him, or do you
They
think
gotta
they
get rid
hide
of
'em?
them.
There's been things that has been left behind. I saw this a long time ago, but it's like a little pin that's left behind at multiple, Michael Jackson's. I'm pretty sure there was a pin left. There was
Like a pen, a
a
writing,
writing
pen.
But Cat Williams, Jaguar Wright,
We got to go back to the pen thing.
Orlando Brown, that was in That's So Raven. Dude, they've made him out to be a psycho.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really hard in today's time to know what's really going on, and I know it doesn't matter because we shouldn't be worried about that, but it is kind of scary when you think about we're only 24, 22, and 19. This is the kind of world that we're living in right now with all this stuff taking place. It's scary. And I'm curious because as a human, as a person, I want to know, but also it's terrifying to know,
Yeah. What's the deal with the pen?
I'm looking it up, but and it might just be a load of bull, but
Okay,
I
but
saw it a long time ago. Anyways, we might.
Michael Jackson died. He was on stage 12 hours earlier. Prince, same way. And Whitney Houston.
And they both came out. Prince
has always been
wore
against it. Music label.
slave
He
on
put
his
slave on his
face
cheek because
because
of the
of
music.
Sony and.
But that's really weird because of Sony. Michael Jackson owned half of Sony.
But then again, he came out and they said that they were controlling him too.
Right.
So what if he didn't have full control And what if they?
But Prince
get
has
If they
all-
tried to
censorship
pin that
him?
on him, yeah.
Listen, that's why Prince's music was never to be streamed on any kind of like Apple Music, Spotify, whatever until he died. You could only find that on a CD or on YouTube pirated. That's why when we were riding around in the Honda listening to Prince, it was on a freaking CD
Yep.
because we couldn't get it on Apple Music or Spotify until he died in 2016.
KarLee, do you have anything were you going to talk about any kind of predictive programming? Because I think that's whack.
Is that like when
like
the
AI?
Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that stuff really freaks me out because I want to catch it one day.
I know.
I want to be like,
I don't want to catch
but
it.
how do you catch it? You don't know.
Well,
You have to watch every single episode multiple times.
There's been a couple things
And
that
catalog
I've
it in your
watched recently that I'm waiting to happen in the future to see if it was manifested or not.
But I feel
But I
like
can't
doing
remember it
that
now.
too is kind of bad for you because you're like
You're always
so
waiting
focused,
on something.
You can't stay in the present, which
Yeah, that's not good. I don't feel like that's good for your mental
Yeah.
health.
No, I was just saying, like, there was one thing I saw on a show, and I thought, are they doing that now so that later we've seen it before? Because, like, I don't know if you
to kind of
get you ready for it.
desensitize us.
Well, yeah, I guess kind of like, okay, so just for example, I don't know if this was like set up or if this is just something that happened, but I know for a fact in the office there was a when Dwight was walking down the street, there was so many people, and he said, "We need a new pandemic or something." And then, however many years later, COVID happened. And there's been other things that I've seen that, like, okay, for example, the blacklist. I don't know exactly when this particular episode came out, but there was a pandemic that was going around in the, like, that people were trying to create a new pandemic and get it out.
That's
in Arrow, there was a pandemic and it killed several people. Like, and then here we are in 2020 and we had a pandemic. And
But
so,
also,
just things like that I'm curious about.
I don't want to like irrationalize like what you just said, but also like it seems to have like there's a new pandemic every election year.
No, I mean, I'm saying
swine flu, the bird flu, the
but
flu
that was just a
flu.
big example. Like,
Yeah, I'm
there's
just
other
saying.
things like with The Simpsons. Like, I don't watch The Simpsons, but like if you do side by sides of like episodes, like you can look up Simpson and real life side by side, like, and it'll show The Simpsons airing this thing in 1990, and then it actually happens in 2012, and it's the exact same thing, and that can either.
I want
This
to.
can either prove, like, it can kind of go two ways. Like with conspiracy theories, it can either go predictive programming, like they manifest most of the stuff and then they let it happen. That way we've seen it before and it's not too crazy. Or it goes on to a conspiracy theory of time travel. Because the people that make The Simpsons have already seen it all because they came back. You know, like it can go two ways on that, but.
KarLee, I do not think you need to talk about the Elvis thing. And I have a reason why. And I'll get into that in just a minute when we go off the air. I'll tell you why I don't think you need to get into that. But
I wasn't even going to mention that anymore.
Okay,
You have some more?
Get back into the
we
Michael
got 6
Jackson
minutes.
thing.
Funny thing is, I can't find anything about what I saw. About the things that they leave behind.
Wait, can you just give a summary though? Because I'm so lost.
So like,
She's saying like when they kill these people,
when they've committed suicide. Big air quotations when I say that. But when they do that, a lot of people it was like white pens, like writing pens that were left behind at all of these crime scenes of their deaths.
like in the Hunger Games when President Snow keeps leaving white roses around everywhere. Creepy.
Maybe that's connected.
Is that where you
Predictive
saw that?
programming. It's all tying in.
That's insane. But like,
But Michael Jackson was murdered. So was Prince. So was Whitney. They were drugged. Now, I know, let me just say this. I know that when you're in that type of position, you tend to get on drugs and get on pills, uppers and downers.
Have a way out.
But listen, I feel like that doctor knew exactly what he was doing when he prescribed him that Molotov cocktail.
You know how many?
Is that what it's called?
That's not a Molotov
That
cocktail.
is not a Molotov
cocktail.
That's a fire.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's a weapon.
A cocktail of medicines. A medicine.
A concoction?
No, they call it a something cocktail.
I'm about to look
Not
up
a
how many
Molotov
drugs
cocktail.
were
That was
found in his
dumb.
body.
Oh, there was a bunch. I watched a video today. I sent you a video. His autopsy, dude, 56 pages long.
How many are they usually?
I don't know, but I don't think that long because he had all those drugs in him. He was taking like 4 different medicines for sleep aid. Why do you need 4 different medicines? KarLee's over here trying to get it looked up. We got to do some banter for the people that are not.
A table covered with 36 bottles of medicines found in the Starr's home was laid out for the jury on the 8th day of Dr. Conrad Murray's trial. 36 bottles of different medications. So that's probably like...
He had anxiety medicine.
He had...
the sleeping pills.
Okay, wait.
Uppers, downers.
Let me get into Dave.
Oh, yeah, Dave.
You only got like... I would pause.
Let's pause and
let's
we'll get into
Reset.
Dave. Okay, KarLee. Go ahead.
Okay, so...
Dave.
Not many people... I didn't even know this until maybe like a few weeks ago. I was watching a TikTok. Did you know that Michael Jackson was in a fire?
No.
And it burnt half of his face? That's why he had to do some of his
Plastic
plastic
surgery.
surgery to cover it up. I saw in an interview where people were like asking him, have you had plastic surgery? Blah, blah, blah. And he like denied all of it. But, or like he said that he's had very little.
I saw that.
But then he was like, I hate the way, I don't even look in the mirror because I hate the way that I look. He said that in an interview. So, I believe, and I honestly believe this because I believe 100% so many people have done it, that he did fake his death. Because there was this guy called Dave's.
No, just Dave.
Oh, Dave. That's what his name is. Came out of the blue.
I'm pulling a pic up for Kelly.
Pull a picture up. Let me do a picture. I'll pull
You
a
gonna do the
picture
video
of
of him?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
And you pull a picture of Dave.
Are they creepy?
Just,
No answer just makes me scared.
Yeah, he's pretty dang creepy.
Okay, hang on. This is the one I pulled up. You think that'll be good? That's what I'm scared of at night. That's what I saw in my dream.
Yeah.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, no, I don't want to look at it.
Here's Dave.
Now look. It's the same person.
Listen to him talk.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you. So basically, the conspiracy theory is.
Wait a minute. So do you think Michael Jackson is Dave?
Yes, 100%. He had burnt. Dave was somehow in a fire too. He said that he was friends with Michael Jackson, but he came out of nowhere.
Let me see the picture again. Sorry.
Look how
I wasn't
look
looking
at his
for a
eyes
resemblance.
and look how sunken they are, like Michael Jackson's is.
Okay. I wasn't looking for a resemblance. I just thought these were 2 different people. I didn't realize it was supposed to.
Let's listen to the video.
Rothenberg. He was set on fire in 1983, suffered, as you can see, terrible scars. Michael Jackson befriended him and paid for a lot of his surgeries.
Oh, that's not him talking. I'm really sorry, y'all.
These Paul McCartney records, all over this, The Girl Is Mine, and, this and
That
that.
just scared Kelly.
I don't want to listen to it no more. I'm about to cry.
That's scary. That's really scary. That's unsettling. That you got, like, because now I just want to know, like, oh gosh, Kelly, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did that just scare you that bad? What?
I'm about to cry right now because when did that just say that he got involved in a fire? 1983?
I don't know. Now you're about to make me cry.
Got in a fire January 27th, 1984.
Ooh. Now you are getting
There's
these
chills all over me. I'm literally crying.
Callie and KarLee are both in tears
That
right
is
now.
so, I want to throw up right now. Like,
Callie's just trying to compose herself over here, and KarLee's like about to.
that is
You think
so,
that's him, Callie? I don't
there's
know.
no, I'm sorry, but
I don't
stuff
know.
like that doesn't make me like,
Stuff like that
It's
makes
too
me.
coincidental for it not to be
It
close to true, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that can do imitations, like, and they sound like other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it's not him, and I'm not saying that it is, but I don't know. Because if that's his natural voice, then possibly it could be him. But like, there are a lot of people that just sound like somebody else too.
Yeah, but it's
I know
the
what you're
way
saying,
he
though. It's-
looks
it's-
too. And like, KarLee, you can tell me if you feel the same way, but like, I feel like when you get so desperate to get away, like for Elvis, we're not going to get into that, but like, why is it so outlandish for somebody to fake their death
People have done worse
in the limelight? Like,
or more
Tupac was said
extreme
to,
things.
hey, he had faked his death. Biggie faked his death.
when you are in the limelight like that and you're constantly being harassed, you are constantly just being like followed,
Took the blame
stalked
for all this
stalked.
stuff.
Controlled. When people are saying that you're doing things to children that you know for a fact you're not
It takes
doing,
away your morals.
and I don't think Michael Jackson was a bad person. I think he was really a good person. And he got thrown into the
Lion's
fire
Den. Yep.
at such a young age of being in the Jackson 5. Like, why
But
would
it was
he
so,
not?
It was so innocent then, though.
Yeah. But
Jackson 5 was the most, I feel like that was so innocent.
yeah. But when you're thrown into showbiz that young and that's all you know and you're constant, I mean,
You're
he was
easily controlled
the
that way.
king of pop. Okay, KarLee, he was being controlled by record labels. Like, why would you not fake your own death? Like, not for insurance money, not for anything like that, but you can't get away. And with him, like, let's say Dave is him. Okay. He looks so. This is going to sound really bad. I do not want it to sound bad because if Dave is a real person and he's not Michael Jackson, then I apologize for what I'm about to say. But Michael Jackson was known for disguising, and he did some pretty weird disguises, like when he was going out and trying to go eat dinner, let's say, for instance. He'd put on disguises. If you botch your face up like that on purpose...
So you think he burnt his face on purpose?
I don't think he burnt his face on purpose. I think that if Dave is Michael Jackson had the plastic surgery, completely transformed his face to make him look like he had been burned in a fire. This is just my little thing that I'm saying right now. Like, why would they make him look like Michael Jackson? He doesn't look like Michael Jackson.
Well, how
Like
is this
his
guy so
face,
famous?
his
How is
whole
this guy so famous?
Because he came out of nowhere saying he was friends with Michael Jackson. Where did this guy come from?
So what does he do now?
He's dead.
Oh.
He died in 2018.
Oh.
It says he was born in 1976.
When was Michael Jackson born?
40s? 50s? When was he born?
That's not right.
Maybe 60s? But he's a lot younger than Dave.
1958.
Okay, 1958. So
And
He
this
died in
Dave was
2009.
Dave, look up and see when Dave. Why would this random person be interviewed by David Letterman. Why?
1976, it says.
That's when he was born. That's when Dave was born. Why? That's what I'm trying to
Why
figure
is there, when I look up Dave, it says...
He's got two different names.
No, people also search for Michael Jackson's the number one.
Yeah, because everybody think it's
Paris
really weird.
Jackson.
It's really weird. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna fake your death, you got to look like you're not you. You know what I'm saying? What better way than to say this guy's got burned in a fire? Let's make him look like he got burned in a fire.
But Michael Jackson also got burned in a fire in 1984. Dave got burned in a fire in 1983, and he was friends with Dave.
Okay,
So
if
what
Dave got burned in 1983, if he was born in 76, let's count. 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Your face don't look the same when you're 6 years old.
Yeah, it would be smaller.
That's what I'm saying.
The burn would be so small.
And it would probably
because
have...
you've developed, and the skin would be so much
I have a scar
better.
right here on my knee. Y'all remember how bad that used to look? It's only been like 5 years. You see how it's kind of just gone now?
And another thing...
I mean, I don't know how burned skin does, but like...
Well, I took...
Your skin sheds. So over time, your skin is going to push that...
When did Michael Jackson die?
2009.
2009.
What did his
9
face look
years
like? What did his
to-
face look like after he got burned?
Like what you see.
Oh, because that's why he fixed
He had to cover it up with plastic surgery.
Got it. Okay. I was a little behind there. What is the autopsy oh my gosh. Autopsy report for Dave show?
I don't know.
It's
I haven't
probably
looked-
not one
I
because
haven't
he's
looked in-
not...
They may not have done an autopsy report, but like... people found out way too late that maybe Dave is Michael Jackson.
Okay, I got another theory.
Totally different, hopefully.
Totally different.
Thank God.
Callie's like tired of the
Y'all
Dave.
know,
I'm scared
y'all
to death.
remember hearing about Jean-Benet Ramsey?
Oh gosh, I don't want to get into that one. I mean, get into it, but like
I don't know.
Katy Perry.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
What?
They couldn't figure... Look at this picture. That looks like a younger Katy Perry when she was little.
Yeah, yes.
I don't really believe that one. I don't really believe any of these.
Look at that, though.
Okay, Callie. So JonBenet Ramsey was a little girl that was pretty popular. Like I think she was in pageants or something, and a lot of people knew about her or whatever. But like she was brutally murdered in her home. It took them a long time to find her in her home in the basement.
What do you mean she was brutally murdered?
They think the brother did it, but
Wasn't she
there
also,
was
like, raped?
yeah. I didn't want to say that because Callie doesn't like hearing about stuff like that.
Sorry, Callie.
But they had written ransom notes saying they were going to return her. She was in the basement of their home.
And they didn't find her for a while.
They've never figured out who did it. They don't know if it was the brother or one of the parents or somebody random.
So where are we going with this?
That people think that maybe she wasn't
So-
really killed and that she's Katy Perry.
That they only did that for, like, the limelight, to get money off of it, all this kind of stuff.
Publicity.
Well,
Because
when people are...
they were paid. They wanted like $1 million or something like that. Was it $1 million or was it thousands of dollars? Because you know the ransom
it was
notes.
thousands. It was like so low of a ransom note. Like the amount of money that they put on there was like, that's like so easily to pay. Why would you? Because you know when people do ransom notes, you assume
Doing
that
like
they want
$500,000 to $1 million.
tons of money to trade. Well, theirs was like down, like an amount that their family could literally easily get, and it wouldn't affect them that much.
Pocket change for these people.
Yeah. So, thing is, like, basically, they all did this as a
Publicity.
Go ahead.
Stunt.
So,
Pop off,
you can
sis.
see in the interviews, the parents, they have no emotion. And you can tell when people's, like, fake crying. And, like,
The
this was their
brother,
little girl.
the brother was really bad.
This was their little girl.
I'm listening. Huh?
And
She was brutally beaten, too.
they had barely any emotion. I think the mom was barely crying. But it said that, so Jean-Benet Ramsey grew up and all of that money that they made off of her, they gave her a new name, whatever, and she's Katy Perry.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that.
I don't know about that one, but
because the the age is off.
if she did get murdered, it was definitely the brother, and he definitely did that to her.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Dude, she died from blunt force trauma to the head. Like whoever beat her, like they were angry. It was personal. Like it wasn't
you don't hit anybody in the head or the face unless it's personal. That's like what FBI, because I watch Criminal Minds and stuff, and they like get into like the
The
minds of
psychology of it.
yeah.
Like-
You don't do that unless it's personal.
like a stabbing. That's personal.
Yeah,
That's
because
like
you're wanting to fully
You want them to feel it.
yeah.
and like
Shooting somebody in the head.
strangling. That's personal. You're right up on them. Like if you're shooting them from a distance, like robbers come in your house, boop boop. It's not personal. They were just doing it.
It's an action
But like
or a reaction.
when you hit somebody with that point blank range and like stabbing people and using like melee weapons and stuff, like kitchen
you
knives,
get to see their face, and they're like,
You get to see their torture.
I want to do
Like when
so
you-
much damage.
like when you put somebody, like for instance, when somebody's like killing somebody and they've got them like on the ground on their knees and they're standing behind them, that ain't personal. Personal is like when you
Face
ride
to
up
face.
in
You're
their
looking in
face.
their
face. If
They wanna
if
see
somebody
you.
gets shot in the back of the head,
That
that's
ain't personal.
That's not personal. If they get shot in the front, that's personal.
Well, it's
It's
'cause you
face
can
to face.
see their fear
but
before
also it's got to be distance too. Like me to you, that's personal. The other end of the house to you, that ain't. It just really depends, and
I get it.
so like the beating, that was somebody that knew her, and that was brutal.
Anyway, moving on.
So
I think honestly that's all I got. I mean, I don't know how long do we have left.
we don't know how long it's on it until we get done editing.
But I guarantee you it's already up to
it's probably
an
about
hour.
an hour. I think it's good. Like
30.
I think we had a good one. So let's wrap it up. All right, y'all. That's gonna wrap up our conspiracy theory tinfoil hat podcast. I want to thank you, KarLee, for coming on here, spilling all the beans. We got
Totally
into some
unprepared.
Yeah, KarLee has been told to prepare. This was supposed to be our 5th episode. We're on episode 24 now.
I had school.
And we literally had to move KarLee down because she couldn't be here. And I said, you need it. And Callie told her, she said, you better be prepared. KarLee was not prepared, but she popped off in here.
I didn't tell her to be prepared.
You
I
did.
told you if she didn't make an attempt to be here, just kick her off. That's what I said.
Oh, snake. In the
Anyway.
grass.
But yeah,
Scoot
so
up a little bit.
thank you, KarLee, for coming out here and talking with us. We definitely got to have you back on the show. If people like the Conspiracy Theory podcast, we got to do some more.
And I won't be attending because I don't feel like feeling like this anymore.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
just
scary.
feel like, honestly, I'm so glad that like I didn't have key points because you can see like genuine expressions from all of us.
That's true.
Us crying,
Yeah, that was kind of
Like-
that was deep.
and I wish y'all could see the chills because
I swear.
my
we need
legs
a
are
chill
hairy
cam.
anyways, so you could probably see them standing all the way up.
That was prickling me.
Yeah.
Prickling me. But yeah, so let's end it on a high note. Anybody have any recs for the week, like little recommendations on a show or a book or anything?
Me and Hunter are watching Suits. I've already seen it one time, but he's watching it for the first time and he absolutely loves it.
He's been telling Blake about it.
I
Really?
absolutely love Dance Moms. You need to watch it.
Like with JoJo Siwa?
Girl, she's in the later seasons.
Hey.
We're still on.
I'm not a JoJo fan.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not either, but
Okay.
it's okay because
I just didn't know if that was the same thing we were talking about.
What's up, Abby Lee?
Don't
even
you
get
like
me
her?
She was
started,
at Cracker
Miss
Barrel the
Abby Lee.
other day. Did you see the TikTok?
Yes. But I watch Dance Moms Um,
I'm sorry, I'm not following. KarLee's whispering something.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I also watched Jane the Virgin. It's like a telenovela.
Oh, that's a good show. I like
It's
that.
like literally. I don't know if everybody knows what a telenovela is, but it's like
Very dramatic.
Spanish soap operas, but it's like so dramatic.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I've watched.
And they
it
brought
twice.
like one to like, what was it on CW or something?
Yeah, it was on CW. I think.
It is so good. There's so many twists and turns. I'm watching it. I'm like on the last season. Don't tell me what happens if you know.
I won't tell you. My rec is Planet of the Apes. Yeah, baby.
No,
Wait, me
Yeah,
and Hayden
baby.
went and watched the new movie.
Oh my god!
Don't tell me about the new
I'm
one.
not.
So Planet
get
of
on
the
my
Apes.
nerves for that.
Listen. Do you remember?
Do you remember forcing me to watch that when we were
It was
on the
so
Dude,
scary.
you remember how scary it was?
Yeah,
It's not that scary anymore. I
I
thought it
know
was.
because they look real now.
Listen, I wasn't the one wanting to watch it. It was Blake, and I said, Blake, I don't want to watch that. That literally scared me as a child.
you made me watch it when we were little.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
Caitlin was the
scary.
ringleader. And she was like, well, if I'm
wanted
going to
to
be
scare
scared,
y'all.
all y'all going to be scared.
Daddy's watching them too.
I got Daddy put on them. But yeah, so
They're
I
good.
recommend Planet of the Apes. Watch them in order from the 68 to the 74. There's
68
five.
just grosses me out already.
Yeah, dude. They're actually really good. Like, the storylines are good, but then they have the Tim Burton one in 2001, and then they go up, I think, starting in 2011.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, he made one with Mark Wahlberg.
Did it look bad?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
But yeah, we're about to start on the CGI ones. But did you say that was a good one?
The one
The
that
newest
we
one?
just watched.
Kingdom of the Planet of the
it is
Apes?
so good.
Okay, I'll watch it then. All right, y'all. Be sure to
Bake sure. What do we?
What are we doing?
What do we make sure you're watching the podcast?
You're watching the podcast on
do
YouTube.
we-
Like, subscribe, comment. Y'all, we have got so many people watching our YouTube, but y'all are not subscribed. There's like 79% of the viewers are not subscribed. So we need y'all to hit the subscribe button because we are not going to be able to make any
What do we
money.
subscribe?
Any money off the podcast if y'all are not subscribing. Fill out our forms. We have a birthday form and advice form that you can come on the or we'll say it on the show. And then we have our t-shirt form. KarLee's taking snaps. And then do our social medias. Facebook, Instagram, Callie's TikTok account. What is it again?
at Callie Jolly.
What are we at, Kylie? Dolly?
Callie will post some of our funny clips from our YouTube videos on there. You'll get to see all that. I think that's it. Is that it? And also, please enjoy Callie's finished knick-knack shelf. She's got her office memorabilia and her Braves memorabilia.
Yeah, I was going to say that yours is like so basic.
I haven't got any stuff. Callie's looks real good, though. I'm really vibing with it. Your Andrew Jones is over there. He's kind of crooked, so you might want to straighten him
I
up.
know,
that a
but it's
bobblehead?
because I want him to see your face. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I like Money Mike. Can I see Money Mike real quick? Can you hand him to me?
Yeah.
Let me take a little look see at my Money Mike. Money Mike, look at him, boy. Michael Harris the third. Is it Michael Harris the third?
The second.
Oh, the second. I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching Beyond 21. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Callie.
And I'm KarLee.
Peace out, y'all.